How's everyone doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Banker Next Door. I am your host, Dr. Joe Berquist. Today, with it being Christmas week, big holiday week for many millions of people out there, I wanted to do something a little bit different, a little bit special this week. We're going to kind of examine some of the different ways that spirituality plays into money. Now, I'm not getting crazy here. Not a preacher. But today I wanted to start off. We're going to do a couple of episodes this week. And today I wanted to kick it off with basically doing a book review of a book that I've wanted to do for a long time called The Wealthy Gardener. But I've been waiting for kind of a special occasion to do this. And I thought that this week would be a great time to kick it off. Now, this is the book right here, The Wealthy Gardener. This is called Life Lessons and Prosperity Between Father and Son by John Soforic. And I'm going to go into our little trusty PowerPoint slide here for a second. So The Wealthy Gardener, like I said, now this is a book. Go to the next slide here. This is a book by John Soforic. It was written in 2018. It was published by EGH Publishing, approximately 407 pages. And the purpose, again, of the book is Life Lessons on Prosperity Between Father and Son. So The Wealthy Gardener. So this book is described as a hybrid. It is half fiction and half nonfiction. Chapters are divided into life lessons, each opening with a fictional story, followed by real-life anecdotes. The author wanted to use parables as a method for engaging with his son in the many lessons on wealth. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. So here are all... And I know this is a lot here. It's a lot of words here, but there's a purpose to this. And I want you to bear with me for a second. So this is all the different life lessons on prosperity, which are presented throughout the book. Now, I'm going to read through these real quick. So it's going to take me a minute. So just bear with me. So you have prosperity, judgment day, impact activity, impact hour, financial dignity, financial security, mental practices, challenges, crisis, procrastination, intangible forces, wealth seasons, personal growth, purpose, compensation, 5-year crusades, resistance, productivity, peak state, self-trust, convictions, fulfilling work, inner values, inclinations, knacks, ambition, inner voice, courage, be unrealistic, fortitude, inner circle, decision, sacred effort, money goals, schedule, a big why, gratitude, certitude, intention, meditation, mindfulness, retreat, sixth sense, discontentment, financial fear, straight edge, discomfort bridges, problems, think walks, prudence, essentialism, flexible plans, learning curves, self-mastery, remarkability, leverage, sociability, sour adversity, acquiescence, emotional guidance, accountability, direction, self-discipline, impact statistics, asking, affluence, self-forgiveness, success habits, think wealth, frugality, profitability, get out of debt, save urgently, keep score, beat inflation, minimize risk, multiply it, and passive income. So a lot of this book covers a lot of lessons. So now, the book itself is broken up into 3 sections. Section 1 starts with Master Gardening, which is chapters 1 through 3. Part 2 is Wealthy Gardening, chapters 4 through 6. And then part 3 is Abundant Harvesting, chapters 7 through 8. Now, here's how this thing breaks down. So chapters are generally about 20 to 30 pages long, but each chapter is broken down into lessons that are each only a few pages, about 4 or 5. Each lesson starts with a quote, then goes into a parable or a story, and ends with a life lesson. So you can, and I'll get to this at the end, but you could basically read this book as almost like a daily devotional. If any of you use those type of books out there, but that's how you can basically read this thing. You don't have to. I mean, you could plow through it, but you don't have to. Now, here's an example of. I just did chapter 1 just to give everybody kind of an example of how the chapters lay out. So here's like the quote at the beginning of the chapter. It says, "Prosperity, financial comfort, life without money worries." So the moral is clear as I look back at these lessons now that I'm of age, that the book of one's life is determined by the courage contained in each page. And then it goes into the story, how the wealthy gardener received his nickname. Now, I'll read this here real quick. So they called him the wealthy gardener due to his good fortune and his passion of backyard gardening. The silly nickname stuck, and he didn't object to it. He enjoyed the name because it reminded him of a metaphor comparing life to a plot of land. Gardeners are not afraid of working hard to shape the landscape, but they are also aware of an unseen force that operates behind the scenes to make the plants grow. And then it gets to the real world. And basically the author talks about, growing up, he went to a Catholic school and he was basically taught about the evils of money growing up. And then finally, it concludes with the life lesson. Seek prosperity. I was told that ambition for riches comes from the devil, but found that the prosperous life was actually a spiritual adventure. And I believe that to be absolutely true. Then it goes on. Chapter 6 actually gives you what I love, the 15 virtues of wealth. And I'll run through them real quick. So you have simplicity, you have detachment, self-discipline, vital engagement, spirituality, effectiveness, persistence, patience, sacrifice, self-mastery, courage, commitment, accurate judgment, contribution, and satisfaction. I think that is a fantastic list of virtues of wealth. And again, I could do episodes, and maybe one day I will get to doing episodes. I could do episodes on each one of these. But it's a fantastic list, and definitely something that's worth further study there. Then it goes on to, it concludes with chapter 8, which is basically troubleshooting money problems. And I'm going to kind of just run through this. There's 12 different money problems here. So number 1 is you want wealth and prosperity, but you don't trust that you'll someday have it. Number 2, you aim for a balanced life, but you always worry about your money problems. Number 3, wealth is difficult for you due to your unique economic disadvantages. Number 4, you are always busy, but you still have little financial direction. Number 5, you struggle financially, but are cynical of visualization and the law of attraction. Number 6, your financial condition seems hopeless due to your current income. Number 7, you have goals, but you don't follow a daily ritual to focus your mind on your desired financial outcomes. Number 8, you live in financial anxiety, but you doubt, worry, and fear of your monthly bills. Number 9, you are financially strapped, but you try to be happy and make the best of life without money. Number 10, in your field of work, you are not inclined to be included among the best. Number 11, you've earned various incomes, but you have accumulated little to no cash in the bank. And finally, number 12, you are hesitant to set a clear goal for uncommon wealth. Now, the cool thing that this does is, so you list out all these, these 12 troubleshooting money problems. And what they do is they go back here to the very beginning to all of these life lessons on prosperity. And so each one of these lessons is broken down into one of those 12 troubleshooting problems. So like number 1, for example, would have 4 or 5 of these things on there, and it refers you back to the different lessons in the book where you can go and examine those and then try to use those to correct the problem. So I like the way I like the way it, it does that. And like I said, so chapter 8, like I said, concludes with the troubleshooting money issues there. Now, ultimately, this book, what is a summary here for this book? So this book can be read as a daily devotional, as I stated. It is easy to read and it's easy to follow. It has great storytelling to bring home the point of each life lesson. It's excellent for teenagers. If you want a book to share with your son or daughter, this is a great book to share with them. It offers practical, strong, and true life lessons that everyone can use to make their lives better. And that's what I truly love about this book. It's not, I've said many times over, just, living a good financial life and kind of getting ahead of the game and doing good things for yourself. It's not necessarily about how much money you make. It's really more about, how your personal views on money, the certain rules and things that you set up for yourself, the habits that you have, the habits and things that you follow. That's really what's the most important things. It's not necessarily putting together a personal financial statement and calculating what's your net worth and looking at your cash flow and crunching all the numbers and everything like that. That stuff all helps. It's all part of it, but that's not really the gist of it at the end of the day. You really want to make sure that, you're doing a lot of the things that are, espoused in this book. Like, and there's some of the things that this book can help you with. You want wealth and prosperity, but you don't trust you'll someday have it. You aim for a balanced life, but you always worry about your money problems. Wealth is difficult for you due to your unique economic disadvantages. You're always busy, but still you have little financial direction. You struggle financially, but are cynical of visualization and the law of attraction. Your financial condition seems hopeless due to your current income. You know what you want, but you don't have a daily ritual to focus your mind on your desired financial outcomes. You live in financial anxiety, doubt, worry, and fear of your bills. You are financially strapped, but you try to make the best of it. You've earned various incomes, but have little cash in the bank. And so on and so forth. But if any of those things describe your current situation, this is like I said, this is a fantastic book. I highly recommend it. I give it, if I was rating stars here, hold on a second. Here it is. Here's 5 out of 5 stars. I give it 5 out of 5 stars. So I highly recommend it. Definitely go check it out. The Wealthy Gardener. It's a great book that basically has timeless, time-honored kind of principles, traditions, lessons, if you will, that really combined not only with a kind of a financial guidance, but really more so on a spiritual guidance. And again, it ties in with the theme of this week being more spiritual, being a holy week, being a holy day that we celebrate on Wednesday, the coming of Christ. And so, like I said, I thought this was a great book to recommend at the moment, and I hope everybody goes and checks it out. But like I said, I'll wrap up with, if you enjoyed this episode, please make sure to like, share, and subscribe, as that always helps the channel. Remember, we're on YouTube, Rumble, and all major podcast platforms. Please leave your comments down below, as I always love to get back to everybody. Check out some of the other content on the channel, and keep an eye out throughout the rest of the week. I have kind of special episodes coming on Christmas Eve tomorrow, and then Christmas on Wednesday, and then we'll get kind of a little bit more back to the regular format on Thursday and Friday. But make sure to check those out. And as always, if you don't check out the BND live stream every Saturday night, make sure to check that out as well. But I hope everybody has a blessed week, and I'll see everybody again real soon. Thanks a lot.